Skinny Hardaway Southern T back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor, y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I greatly appreciate you sliding through. If it's your first time, do your boy solid. Don't make it your last time. Hit that subscription button as well. Talk this good boxing, MMA, sports, parlays, predictions every single day and not just today. Today, we're here with a 3-fight EP. We're going to talk about Richard Torrez versus Frank Sanchez. We're also going to talk about 168 title fight, Hamza Sheeraz versus Begic. And also, we got a special BKFC edition in this fight EP. We got Jamel Herring returning for championship action versus Larrimore, bantamweight title fight. I'm excited. We're going to break down all 3 fights, and then I'm going to give you a nice little parlay at the end so we can win us some money this weekend. But let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to start with Hamza Sheeraz versus Begic. All right. We got Hamza versus Aleem Begic, right? Hamza Sheeraz, Aleem Begic. Hamza Sheeraz, 22-0-1, 18 KOs, staying 6'3", with a 75-inch arm reach. We got Aleem Begic, 29-0-1, right? So both fighters have one draw. 29-0-1 with 23 KOs, stands 5'11", and his reach isn't listed. But I'm going to guess that his reach is going to be, around Hamza's, right? Shorter, right, but around Hamza's. I seen somewhere that it was listed at 73, right? So we'll go with 73. So Hamza is going to have, let's just say, a 2 to 3 inch arm reach advantage, right? It's not listed on BoxRec, but I did do, some work and found his arm reach. Either way, right, no matter how long his arms are, I got Hamza Sheeraz, to be victorious in this fight. I think he's the better boxer puncher. I think he's the more higher level fighter. Right, he's had fights at the higher level. He stopped Berlanga in 5 rounds. Right, I rate Berlanga higher than I rate this guy, right? Because, due to Berlanga's opponents, right? High-level opponents from Berlanga, right? He was able to stop Berlanga a little earlier. This guy isn't, hard to hit, right? He isn't hard to find, and I think Hamza will find him. So I do got Hamza to win this fight. I got Hamza to win this fight by knockout. And also, I got Hamza to win this fight by knockout within the first 6 rounds, right? So we're going to go with Hamza 1 through 6 in this first fight. All right, we got Michael Larrimore versus Jamel Herring. We got Michael Larrimore is 3-3 at MMA, right? 3-1 at bare-knuckle, right? So he has a better bare-knuckle record than MMA record. They're going to be fighting bare-knuckle for this event. He's facing off against Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring is 24-5, former boxing champion of the world, 130-pound champion of the world. He stands 5'10". Larrimore is 5'9". Jamel Herring has a 72-inch reach, and Larrimore's reach isn't listed, right? So Jamel Herring is going to be giving up the youthfulness advantage in this fight, right? He's going to be at an age disadvantage. He's 40 years old. Larrimore is 28 years old, right? But that's pretty much all Larrimore has over, Jamel Herring. He has more BKFC experience than Jamel Herring, but not more boxing experience, not more combat sports experience than Jamel Herring. So I think that's going to see Jamel Herring to get this win fairly smoothly, right? So Jamel Herring for the win this weekend to become BKFC featherweight champion of the world, or bantamweight champion of the world. This is a title fight for Jamel Herring. He's going to be around -200, right? There is no method with BKFC, so we're going to put Jamel Herring in the money line, right? With maybe that Hamza 1 through 6, and the plays that I'm gonna give you, at the end of this EP. We're going to money line this Jamel Herring up at the end of the EP, right? So Jamel Herring for the win over Michael Larrimore. All right, and next, and what I think is going to be the fight of the week. Yes, Alexander Usyk is in action this week, but he's taking on the kickboxer. I think there are many more people who deserve a shot at Alexander Usyk rather than this kickboxer, right? So I'm deeming this fight the fight of the week. It's also in the heavyweight division. We got Frank Sanchez. Frank Sanchez is 6'4" with a 78-inch arm reach. He's taking on Richard Torrez, who is 6'2" with a 76-inch arm reach, right? Frank Sanchez is 6'4" with a 78-inch arm reach. Richard Torrez is 6'2" with a 76-inch arm reach, right? So he's going to be giving up 2 inches in arm reach to Frank Sanchez. I actually thought it would be more than that, right? We got Richard Torrez, who's going to be the much younger fight in this fight. This fight was supposed to happen earlier in the year, right? But Frank Sanchez got hurt, had to pull out. It was rescheduled, and now we're getting the fight this weekend. So again, Frank Sanchez is going to be giving up, the athletic advantage in this, right? He's a lot older than Richard Torrez. He may be the better overall boxer. Richard Torrez is an Olympian. Frank Sanchez also comes from an Olympic background. He's a very experienced pro. He's been fighting at the highest level for quite some time. He only has one loss. He's 25-1, if I'm not mistaken, right? If you had to ask me maybe this about 4 or 5 years ago, I probably would have took Frank Sanchez, right? But because this isn't 4 or 5 years ago, Frank Sanchez is coming out for injury, right? He was stopped against Caballero, right? He did have a fight since then, but he had a fight against somebody who was completely not on his level. So I don't think that's going to prepare him much for this Richard Torrez fight, right? I kind of feel like this fight is being set up for Richard Torrez to win it. This is a top-ranked fight as well. So I am going to go with Richard Torrez to win this fight. I think the money line is the safest bet. Yeah. Now, while I think the money line is the safest bet in this, I'm going to give you a method also. Richard Torrez only has 2 fights that went the distance, right? I think he has about 20-plus wins, right? Like 24 wins and 22 knockouts, right? So he gets a lot of knockouts. But he's not knocking out the highest level of competition when he does. He fought Guido Villanello, right? And he didn't stop him. You know what I mean? He had one fight previous to that where he didn't get a stoppage as well, right? If he stopped Frank Sanchez, would I be completely surprised? No. But I'm actually going to go with Richard Torrez to win this fight by decision. That's going to get you around the plus 275. That is something you could play by itself, right? But we're going to take this Richard Torrez money line and we're going to put it in the parlay, which is what we're about to talk about right now. Finna give y'all this parlay and then we go get on up out of here. All right, about to hit y'all with this parlay. Bring it on home. We're going to take Jamel Herring on the money line. Richard Torrez on the money line. We're going to go handle Sheeraz knockout 1 through 6. You put all 3 of those together, that will get you to plus 234. That means you will be able to triple up your money, right? Whatever you bet, you'll get 3 times back your money pretty much is what they're saying, man. But that's all I got for y'all. Skin Hardaway Southern Tea. This ain't the past, this ain't the future, but this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Love. Make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.